TGV, TGV.
Hugo, what are you doing? Put my camera away. Come on, that's expensive.
Oh, come on, old chap. I have a splendid idea.
Oh God, what?
Seeing as we're both locked in, darling, I thought we should do a video together.
Fine, but only if you leave me alone and stop using my camera, okay?
Oh, huzzah and hurrah! Checkmate.
How is that? Listen, I've explained how the pawns move 5 times now, okay? That's not a checkmate, okay? That's not how it works. Okay, let's try again. Your move, you go first, okay?
Righto. Fix bayonets. Over the top, chaps. Charge! How interesting.
Another one. Okay, here's to you, Hugo. Here's to Isabel Blanc. We need some more. We need some more.
One time to see you laughing. Oh, tiddlywinks. I only wanted to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain. Oh, frightfully purple rain.
Hugo, come on.
Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Now today, something slightly different. Now, the true OGs out there, the original gentry, will remember that back in the day, when this channel first started, I used to do movie reviews, book reviews, discussing literature, a little bit of sartorial stuff. Now, I'm going to return to those subjects. And as most of us are stuck at home, I thought I'd share with you 10 YouTube channels, non-watch related YouTube channels, that I find indispensably useful, motivating, all the rest of it. They say, you know, that cliched expression, you are what you eat. You are also what you consume when it comes to the things you watch, the things you read. Something integral to this channel. And I feel we have perhaps kind of forgotten it with so much focus on watches in the recent years, is that autodidactic spirit. We are so blessed to live in an age where we have endless knowledge and cinema and music at our fingertips, at a snap of our fingers, more than ever before. How can one possibly be bored, right? And while we can't go to the library, we have YouTube. It's a treasure of tools, of entertainment, of enriching commentary, of reflective perspectives on anything and everything, right? So I thought I'd share my top 10 non-related watch channels with you. Before I get into my top 10, let me do my wristwatch check. Wearing the good old Navi, my favorite chronograph of all time. So without further ado, let's get into this list. So I love all kinds of music, but at number 10, it has to be HR Sinfonie Orchestra. This is the Frankfurt Radio Symphony. One particular video I want to highlight and bring to attention is a performance of Brahms. It's by the violinist called Sergei Khachatryan. Now, please forgive me if I'm butchering that, but it was really, really moving, and it was just utterly bewitching and almost brought me to tears. It was so beautiful. You know, I like to put on classical music, especially at dinner time, you know, with a glass of wine at the end of a hard day. It's amazing to see such talented performers. Okay, number 9 is a channel, a very well-known channel, and if you haven't heard of it, it's the History Buff. It's got, I think, about 1.1 million subscribers. You guys know I adore history. If you look over there in my DVD and Blu-ray collection, because also I love reading about history as well. I just find the story of how we came to be incredibly interesting and helps to give one perspective. What I like to do is, after I've watched something, I'll always look on History Buff to see if he has done a video about it, because what this channel specializes in, for example, A Bridge Too Far, he does like these mini documentaries that are incredibly well researched, explaining the story, going into the historical accuracy of them, what is fiction, what is non-fiction about it, but all kinds of classics. If you just scroll down the list, you've got Casino, The Death of Stalin, which I just recently watched, which is written by a bit of a childhood hero of mine, Armando Iannucci. There's not very many British Italians, so whenever there is, I'm obviously a big fan. But aside from that, wonderful adaptation of a French comic.
We need to start putting together a plan.
How can you run and plot at the same time?
We should get Stalin's children here.
What are you doing to my father, you jackals? How old are you?
I'm old.
You're not old! You're not even a person! You're a testicle!
I've been picking out funeral cushions with Slim Hitler over there.
Dunkirk is another one, The Wolf of Wall Street, Captain Phillips, The Untouchables, Rome, which you will see in my collection. So I love to watch the film first and then kind of follow up. You get a real understanding and a deeper appreciation for the film, and actually a bit of insight into the writing and creative process as well. Okay, number 8, you knew I had to put this one in. It's the Bond Experience. Without a shadow of a doubt, the most comprehensive #1 channel when it comes to all things James Bond, hosted and produced by my good friend David Zaritsky. I had the honor and the pleasure of appearing on this channel, and he's appeared on the Urban Gentry as well, because obviously you cannot discuss Bond without discussing the watches. But what I love about David is that he is so sincere. What you see on camera is him in real life. He has this tremendous energy. He's a successful businessman. He's a great role model, and I love how he's turned his passion into just, well, you know, if you want to know what suit he's wearing in this Bond film or blah blah blah, he goes into so much depth, and he's just an absolute gentleman. So yeah, I cannot, shout out to David if you're watching, I cannot make this list without this channel. Okay, number 7, it's The School of Life. What a wonderful title for a channel. It is exactly how it sounds. Short little videos, but extremely detailed, that give all kinds of life advice. It's as simple as that. Very concise, extremely well produced, bits of advice on life, but also philosophical kind of questions. Talks about everything from love to loss to relationship advice, dealing with, I don't know, haters or negativity, how to be positive, all very fundamental things.
The tragic view is too obvious. Being miserable is too predictable. Now let's surprise ourselves with a little irresponsible laughter.
Just crucial, just absolutely crucial. You're not going to want to watch every single one because it is an extremely wide plethora of subjects, but it is extremely useful. It's a tool, and it's there to be used, and it's completely for free. Okay, next at number 6 is a bit of an unlikely channel, because I have to admit I'm not into junk food. Well, no, not junk food, it's fast food really. It's Report of the Week, hosted by the Review Bra, or Review Bra. It's bra, like, as in, like, you know how people go like, it's like the American equivalent of bruv. B-R-U-H, Review Bra. Review Bra. Bra, apparently, there you go. Review Bra. Sounds like, you know, woman's underwear. Bra. Review Bra.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
So obviously I'm not into the fast food aspect of the show, but it's the other videos that I really enjoy, and it's him as a person. I find him deeply motivating and inspirational, actually. The way he deals with adversity, his appearance catches a lot of flack. And if you've been on YouTube, you know it as much as I do. You're gonna get negative comments and criticisms, and people just don't know how to behave, especially in the comments, right? It does require a lot of a kind of backbone to do YouTube. What I like about him is that he's so polite and respectful and honest, and overcomes negative criticism by being positive, by being respectful. It's the best way to deal with it, in addition to his very particular sartorial choices, which I really admire, because he's his own person. He has his own style. He doesn't kind of follow the trends, so to speak, and you know, there's never-ending style vlogs and blogs, and it's all very tedious and repetitious. But I like that he stands on his own, and he has a very acerbic wit, this very dry, almost English sense of humor.
These are called the nacho fries, because in literal sense, they're nacho fries. They're mine. I bought them, and that's why they're in my possession.
That I find endlessly charming. So if you're into YouTube, or you are a YouTuber, it's definitely something you want to watch, because you can kind of learn from him as well. Okay, number 5, it's the Tik channel. It's T-I-K. Now, I'm not talking about TikTok or whatever the kids are into these days. This is a I guess you could call it a forum for discussion and deep, and I mean very in detail, in-depth analysis of specifically World War II history. I am obsessed with World War II. Ever since I watched The World at War, narrated by Laurence Olivier, the greatest documentary ever made. I then went on to read a lot of books, you know, the Anthony Beevor books, watch a lot, endless documentaries, and of course films that we mentioned earlier. What I like about the Tik channel is the host is incredibly knowledgeable and very well read, and quite adept at discussing extremely complex moments of history that are approachable. It doesn't get boring. Goes into so much detail that I've never seen this much detail. It really is incredibly well researched, and I find it endlessly fascinating. It's just wonderful to put on, especially when I'm working. You know, if I'm working in the light booth over there, you can pan over there. I might be there for 12 hours straight just doing macro shots for one video. I don't want my brain to turn to mush, so if I'm not listening to music, I'll put on some of his videos, and I'll just have it on in the background while I'm working, and I'm at the same time enriching my knowledge. Okay, number 4 isn't really a channel, it's a few channels actually, but I find watching train journeys incredibly relaxing. I don't know what it is. I think it's because well, I like trains to begin with. It's an older style of travel. It's a more elegant age, you know, and there's a whole host of them online. You just pop them on. Many of them are in real time, and you get to see amazing parts of the world that perhaps you haven't got time or you simply can't afford to visit. It almost becomes like a meditative state. And I like to put them on when I'm reading or when I'm doing something else that I kind of, you know, half watching, and it just relaxes me. It just takes me to yeah, kind of calm, serene place. So I highly recommend checking out some railway journeys. Yeah, a little bit nerdy, but there you go. Okay, number 3, it's Red Letter Media. I only discovered them a few years ago, and since then have binge watched them several times over. Jay and Mike in particular, I find endlessly hilarious. I've said endlessly a lot. Sorry, I'm just enthusiastic.
Many targets are vulnerable to this technique. From the femoral artery in the groin, the neck, and back.
Milwaukee Cops versus Ninjas. The training video.
So if you didn't know, I studied Italian neorealism cinema when I was living and studying in Florence in Italy. I have a deep, deep love and passion for cinema. What's good about this channel is it does cover more mainstream stuff, but occasionally Jay will touch on, you know, stuff like Gaspar Noé and Lars von Trier and more European art house stuff that is more what I'm into. But you know, I watch mainstream stuff too. I mean, you'll notice there's Schwarzenegger, I should say, from Predator. You know, I love the Aliens movies. I love a bit of everything, but I think it's important to note that between the two, they cover a wide range, and their analysis and insight into cinema, I think, is very well. First of all, they have a tremendous sense of humor.
I'm dead inside.
It's very entertaining. Sometimes their humor does get a little bit, how should I say, a bit risque, should I say? Yeah. Best of the Worst is an amazing series. I think the episode on, what was it? Surviving Edged Weapons. Oh my God. Classic. Guys, you got to check it out. Absolutely hilarious. I just love that channel, and I love seeing just the realness, the down-to-earth people having fun, turning their passions into one of the best channels out there.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a real job, and I suggest that you guys do the same.
Okay, number 2 is a channel that has quite possibly changed my life. It really has, and it's unexpected because it's not something that I typically watch. And we are, of course, talking about the Alpha M channel, hosted by the legendary Aaron Marino. Now, Aaron is actually from Philadelphia, where we're recording this, incidentally. I have to say that, okay, Aaron's going to be mad at me, but I'm not into monk strap shoes. I would never wear a Henley shirt. It looks like Victorian underwear to me. But that's not what it's about. What I watch him for is his spirit, his motivational skill, his oratory of presenting. He's just amazing. I mean, he gives you energy. It comes across so obviously. I mean, it's immediately apparent. He is a force for good in the world. I really do believe it. He has faced incredible adversity and difficulty in his life. And I find him somebody I really look up to. We are in dire need of role models today. I think the celebrities are becoming ever more vacuous and well, it's not really about talent anymore. It's more about, I don't know, what it's about. Let's not even go there. But he is somebody that has a solid work ethic that has really pushed me along. You have to remember that somebody like this is going to have a highly admirable amount of tenacity and fortitude. Everybody can learn something from everybody, and I think you cannot watch his channel and not learn something. Even if stylistically, okay, I'm not interested in style channels, I'm really not, you know, it's a very personal thing, but I always make time for Aaron because he's just so deeply motivational, and I think he's a profoundly good person. And yeah, do I agree with some of his videos? No, you know, but each to their own. But I think he has really taught me so many things in life. So yeah, just check out Aaron Marino if you haven't already. I mean, he's one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. So yeah, there you go. Oh, and I should really thank him as well. So thank you for being awesome and helping me be awesome.
It is all about right here. Gentlemen, you can accomplish anything if you focus this. I love you. I think you're incredible. We'll be all right.
Okay, at number 1, it is Valverde Broadcasting, a channel extremely close to my heart, named after the fictional country that I think Commando and Predator and perhaps one more film, it escapes me, but hosted by the ineffable Richard Jackson with his encyclopedic knowledge of cinema. And of course, the one and only extremely talented actor Duncan Casey, who has also been on this channel. It's very kind of laid back and conversational style, which I really, really like.
I'm so going to hell. This is wrong. He's going to phone me up and be like, right, I saw that.
I actually got to know them originally when they were working on a different channel, and then they went and started their own. They are some of the most lovable, sincere, just good people, you know. It's becoming increasingly difficult to know such great characters like these. I've actually appeared on their channel twice. The first time was discussing the use of time in cinema, and the second time was a review of Bone Tomahawk, which is an amazing, greatly underrated horror film.
Damn you! You had no cause.
If you want to question my morals, do it later.
With Kurt Russell. It's Kurt Russell, yeah. So do check those out. Now, I am about to appear on them again. We recorded a 2-part special on 24 with Jack Bauer. Damn it, Chloe. They actually got me through some very tough times. I was recovering for what seems to be the millionth time from various operations in hospital, and I used to watch them actually when I was in ICU, and it just distracted me, and it felt like I was sitting with a bunch of mates having a drink, watching some classic movies. It's that kind of feeling, a bit like Red Letter Media, but even more personable. Lo and behold, I befriended them, and actually Duncan reached out to me. He's also a watch guy. He's been on my channel numerous times. I've got to thank Duncan for his amazing voice acting. He was the voice of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and who was Michael Caine there, and that was pathetic. Sorry, Duncan. And who else was Sean Connery, of course, when we did the Bond Watch video. So yeah, and he's going to be appearing on the channel, of course, a lot more in the future. So they are my favorite for all of those reasons, and yeah, I watch every single video of theirs. I'm a huge fan. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Do share your non-watch favorite YouTube channels in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you've been watching, what you recommend I should check out, and the fellow gentry out there. So I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, found it useful, and as always, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.